Mega Evolution is crashing. Sell all your stuff. It's over. Pokemon market is crashing. I hope you guys bought low because you're about to lose all your money. All right, for real. That's not really true. There are some corrections going on. In this video, we'll talk about kind of where the market is at, where it's going. We'll compare Mega Evolutions to Phantasmal Flames pre-release pricing. We'll see a stark contrast between one that was rising pre-release and the other one is absolutely crashing pre-release. So stay tuned for that. Let's get into it. First up, we're going to talk about the Mega Evolutions booster box. You can see currently sitting at 250, and that is 250 shipped, by the way. You can see the market's just kind of correcting, going back like it always does every time after release. There's usually a pretty brief spike. This is when it came out, September 26th, and then it just as the Pokemon company continues to print, the prices will continue to fall. Back and look, and this is for that was for the enhanced booster box. It does have the stamped promo on the top. Also, it's kind of falling down. When it first came out, it was around 45 bucks, and now it's all the way down to like 18 bucks. The Mega Lucario ETB continues to trend down. We're sitting at about 80 bucks right now. Still quite a few sales even at this price, 88, 89. And a lot of these are shipping included, so keep that in mind when you're buying local. You can usually pick these up for about 75, 80 bucks if you can't find it in the stores, which most of us can't. Mega Gardevoir ETB is sitting at right at $80, a little bit cheaper, and continues to trend down. Sales continues to trend down as well. And again, as Pokemon, I mean, every single week there's a new release at GameStop, Best Buy, and the market continues to get more. These will continue to go down, at least in the short term, until Christmas at least. Okay, let's talk about some of the singles. The Mega Lucario currently sitting at 415 bucks. Again, this thing absolutely crashed. I say crashed loosely. It absolutely corrected, right? Always upon new release, it gets hyped up. And then as more hits the market, again, this was the release date, September 26th, right in here. You can see it's starting to settle as more cards hit the market. A lot of people sending these out to grading. Again, you can pick this up for, the last sale was 420. Yeah, I mean, they'll just keep undercutting each other. Little tip when you're posting on TCG Player, if you are selling this kind of a card on TCG Player, photos always demand more of a premium. So keep that in mind when you're doing your listings. The fees are what they are. I would recommend trying to sell locally if you have one of these or grading it. Mega Gardevoir, again, this continues to trend down as well. And just absolutely straight down. It does look like the volume is picking up compared to what it was last week. The volume is picking up, but the price continues to go down, which that could also be healthy. Eventually, this thing will stable out. My guess it'll stay around 350 is my guess for a little while. Yeah, super hard to pull, by the way. All right, Mega Lucario, one of my favorites from this set. I actually picked this up for 275, and I sent it to PSA, so we're waiting for that to come back. And you can see right now it's currently sitting at 250. Again, it continues to fall, and it seems like every day people are just undercutting each other. Which is good. Competition, you keep underpricing yourself, it'll continue to fall. Again, if you're looking for this card, I would recommend picking up locally. I have seen a lot of these cards, and a lot of them are off-centered. Pretty difficult, I think. It's going to be pretty difficult to get a 10 in this, especially this one and the Latias. Same thing, and the Gardevoir as well. Again, 225. I actually pulled this card. It was sitting around 2 right here, like 280, 285. It's fallen all the way down to 250, and you can see the recent sale was 225 right here, shipping included. It's coming down quite a bit. I saw this at the card show this past weekend for 200. So, I think this will probably eventually settle around 200. But I do think this is one of the ones that's going to end up going up, and I think it'll be above the Mega Lucario for too long. Absolutely beautiful card in person. I sent it off. I did get a BGS 10 a couple weeks ago, and I sold it for 1,200. I think currently it's going for about 1,000 right now to BGS 10. Mega Venusaur again continues to just fall down, sitting at around 175. This had a high somewhere around like 230. Yeah, 230. Now we're all the way down to 175. And this is going to continue to fall. This seems to be like one of the easier ones to pull. I've seen so much more of this one than the other ones. And yeah, I recommend just grading this if you have it and kind of playing the long game there. Mega Latias, again, this thing absolutely, I think this one's fell the most percentage-wise. Yeah, almost 40%. It's down to 140. These were moving pretty good at 180, and now it's all the way down to 140. I do see it starting to kind of level out here at the bottom. So this might be, you know, it might sell around 120 is my guess. Again, a lot of the ones that I've seen have been super far right heavy. So this might be a hard grade, but it is an absolutely beautiful card. So if you're into Latias, this is definitely one you want to pick up. All right, Literally Determination. Last thing we'll talk about on the Mega Evolutions line right now. Again, this one continued. This one fell pretty sharp, all the way down to 120. I think this will end up being around $80 in the next couple of weeks. It'll just continue to fall. It's already trending down at 118, 120. Again, a beautiful card, but again, in English, the trainers just don't hold the same. Mega Absol. Okay, this is the last one we're talking about. Mega Absol. I love this card. I do think eventually this one will go back up. Right now, it's currently sitting at around $90. This card is, I think, severely underrated. I think this will end up around 120, 130, and then PSA 10 probably in the $400 to $500 range. So if you have this, I would definitely recommend sending it off to PSA. All right, let's talk about Phantasmal Flames pre-release. I have seen a lot of pack openings pre-release on Whatnot and some other sites, and the pull rates seem pretty rough, to be honest. And people are way overpaying for this. I recommend you guys do not get into the FOMO. I know it's exciting. I would just wait. As you can see, this is having the exact opposite reaction in the market as Mega Evolutions, as this is still pre-release. And the pre-release prices are falling fast, right? I mean, really fast. And when you look back at Mega Evolutions, this was the release date, September 26th. And you can see before September 26th, the price was spiking. You see that? So it was spiking up to 326 before pre-release, and then it fell after release. This one's having the exact opposite effect, and that the prices are falling, you know, already down 12% before release even happens. And I think a lot of that is to do two reasons. One, fatigue, too many sets too fast. And then number two, this is a really small set. And so there's really only one chase, and that is, of course, the Charizard, which is right here. And this thing is still, I mean, I don't know why people are paying $2,000. I mean, you can pick this up locally in your Facebook Marketplace, because people are going to want to avoid the fees and they're going to want to move it pretty quick. I saw a guy selling it for $1,300, $1,350 in my area. Again, don't pay this. This is kind of insane for pre-release, unless you're just going to grade it really fast and try to flip it. I don't think I've seen any PSA 10s come back yet. We might be a little bit early. Let me see if there's any on the market right now. Yeah, I don't see any. At least not English versions. I don't see any of those. I mean, I can't really tell. Yeah, this is a little bit right heavy, but you can see it's at 1350. So if you just want a binder copy, I would just wait. This thing's gonna fall pretty quick. I would just hold off on that. I would not buy into the FOMO on Phantasmal Flames. I have the Japanese version. It's absolutely beautiful. But again, I think you guys should definitely hold off on that, at least until after release, and see if it comes down. I want to talk about some of the other products. The ETB is sitting at 125. Again, I think this is going to come down to and still set around $90. I would hold off on that unless you just absolutely want it. I'm surprised this is this low, to be honest. 63 to booster bundles. I've been trying to get them, you know, every morning, and I have never been able to hit it. I assume this might have been around $75, but again, it's going down the wrong direction. So which is good. That's good for us. We might be able to find some a little bit cheaper. I can tell you right now, I watched it on Whatnot for a couple hours yesterday, and people were paying $25 a pack, which is just, and they were getting crushed. There's just not a lot of chases. So use that information how you fit, how you will, and take care of yourself, take care of your cash, and don't give in to the FOMO. Just give it a couple weeks, let it come out, let it kind of settle down. And then, the only thing I would recommend that you guys try to get as low as you possibly can is the UPC. UPC's, the 151 UPC. You just know this thing's going to go up eventually. All right, so that's it for this week. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We will do this every single week, kind of the latest sets, a little update. Please like and follow if you guys like this kind of content. And we will see you on the next one.